Okay, we're ready to see some biddies. Huh? Oh, timer. Oh, we're gonna start off like this? Okay. We exit 9 bar first, stopping by the convenience store near the station. Seems like we're in for a long day, so we're going to buy something to drink first.
贅沢しちゃった。コンビニでお茶買うの久しぶり。
That's nice, sweetie. Hi, my name is It's not funny. Hi, my name is VitaminDStain. Welcome back to some more night. I feel like I have something. Oh yeah. Excuse my appearance. I got home from work. As soon as I got home from work, I sat down on the couch for like 5 minutes. Actually, no, in my chair for 5 minutes, and then I was like, what am I doing? I need to lock in. So yeah, I'm locked in. Let's get started. Actually, I lied again. For like the 5th time in a row, I forgot to say, if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that like if you haven't already done so. And if you are not new here and you have already subscribed, subscribe again. Steal your mom's password and then log in and then subscribe to VitaminDStain. And then if your mom ever asks you, hey, why is VitaminDStain on here? I never subscribed to VitaminDStain. Don't say anything. Just look at her directly in the eyes and just say nothing, okay? You don't need to explain anything. She'll understand later. And without further ado, let's get started. Biddies!
どうしたの？
納得いかないことがあってさ。
The lack of biddies? Yeah, me too. Bring the biddy girl back.
水がさ、108円なのはまあいいんだよ。でもさ、これよりもっとでかいやつ、2リットルのやつがさ、100円なんだよ。
あ、だよね。小さい方が高かったよね。
そうなんだよ。納得いかないんだよな。
理由があるのかな。他のコンビニでも2リットルの方が安いよね。
なんか損してる感じあるよな。ああ、いいやそんなことは。行くか。
A bad deal? That's a great deal if I've ever heard one.
あ、ペットボトルカゴに入れていいよ。
Thoughtful as always.
お、ありがとう。じゃあ行くか。2人目の被害者の場所。
Hold on. What the heck did I... Oh, what? That is so cool. Why didn't I see this sooner? That is really cool. It's not like anything mind-blowing, but like for me it is. Leave me alone. What else could I do on the screen? Okay. Huh. Text. Oh, you can adjust the text here. Wow, I should really mess with settings more often. Am I right or am I right?
そうだね。公園通り過ぎて商店街の方に。
Just as Kujo kicks up her bike stand and starts to walk with it, she lets out a little gasp.
にみく
She tugs at my shirt sleeve. There, maybe 30 feet in front of us. Biddies! I mean, Kosaka senpai is walking timidly, her head hung.
あの状態が普段の高坂先輩。
Dude, she's so bad. Respectfully, like, oh my god.
だな。見つからないうち。ああ、しまった。
I figure we should get while... What? We should get while the getting's good, but unfortunately she notices us. Her eyes bug out and she starts fidgeting, shaking her head and putting her hands to her mouth like she's coming down with a case of nausea. Nasi, I see. I don't understand in the English language why it's nausea. I don't see sha. I see nausea. Whoever made English is on crack. Was on crack. But a moment later, she lifts her head again and, like a different person, smiles softly. Oh god, what the freak? This is kind of scary to see this happen in real time.
人格が入れ替わったな。
I like door number 2.
次に会った時にって言ってたな。こうなったら無視するわけにはいかないな。
Kosaka senpai holds the hem of her skirt and curtsies to us like a what the freak full aristocrat. I gave her a wave in return and walk up to her.
奇遇ですわね。こんなところで。
Unusual?
そこのコンビニで買い物をしてて、先輩は本屋ですか？
専門書など少々。
She puts her free hand. She has a root, guys? She has a root? She puts her free hand to her cheek and smiles, lifting her shopping bag up to her chest by way of demonstration. Yeah, I can make out a couple of the covers. She totally just bought a bunch of manga. Ha! Nerd. I'm nerd. I really don't get this girl.
そちらの方は喫茶店にいらっしゃいましたね。
If she likes manga, even better.
九条美也子と申します。よろしくお願いします。そう。
Speaking of manga, I'm not actually a manga reader. I prefer watching animations because I love to see the animations come to life, the characters move and talk, and the music and the pretty, you know, just the movement of everything, the world and stuff. It's just so much more entertaining, more, what's the word? Come on, brain, don't do this right now. I like the immersion of it. I like the immersion aspect of it. When I'm looking at the book, I'm like, oh, yo, this is cool, and I'm sure this took a lot of time to make as well, but like, it just does not hit the same for me. And you know what's interesting is, I'm no manga reader, but here I am watching something or reading something that's kind of like a manga, but it's not, because it's also like anime. It's like if anime and manga made a baby, and this is what came out, which is the reason why I frequent these. Aside from the storytelling and sometimes biddies. The unbelievably cold reception is enough to make even Kujo's expression tighten. Cold? Kosaka senpai flashes a narrowed-eyed, provocative smile at Kujo, hey, who is still frowning before quickly turning to face me once again. I don't know what's going through her head, but the next thing I know, she's grabbed my hand. What are you doing?
やはりあなたは私のないと運命を感じますわ。
The,
こんなところで
the fact that she has to switch her personality to make moves like this. Coward! No, I'm kidding.
はい。
Hi.
よろしければこれからお茶でもいかがですか。二人きりで。
Right in front of the Huz? The Huz?
いや、俺はこれから。
私の能力の秘密、興味がおありなんでしょう。
What an enticing offer, Haruka.
いや、あるにはありますけど。
構いませんわよ。お話しします。二人きりで語り合いましょう。ベッドの中で。
You didn't have to say that. Are we for real? We just started the episode. Wait, it's been like 10 minutes. Senpai's eyes shimmer alluringly. Crap, this is bad. It's just like last time. Okay, I get it once out of self-protection. Actually, I talked to one of you guys in the comment section about it in the last episode. I'm like, oh, surely, because I had said, surely she must have done this out of reasons of protection, self-protection as well. One of you guys said, yeah, pretty much. But it's like, why do I need to do it again? Huh? Kujo thankfully steps between us, breaking Senpai's gaze as well as her grip on my hand, and I slip out of my trance. She's protective one, huh? Yikes, close call. She used her power on me again, huh?
申し訳ありませんが、新見くんはこれから私と出かけるんです。そんなのいつでもいいじゃない。
Dang, her balls grew times 100 with this personality.
よくありません。
Oh, hers grew even bigger. Kujo gets a little snippy. And Kosaka senpai looks like she's ready for a fight too. Dang, what the freak? In a pathetic display, I'm too intimidated to do anything and simply watch the two of them duke it out. No way.
カケル様はあなたよりも私と一緒にいたいと思いますの。そんなことはありません。新見くんは私と一緒に出かけるので。
Look at her getting defensive.
では本人に聞いてみます。
Can I decide? Please let me decide. I'm not gonna choose Kujo, by the way.
いいえ、必要ありません。新見くん、行きましょう。
はい。
Hi. Bro, speak up!
カケル様、またいずれ。
The writers of this game, the creators of this game were smart to not give me an option because I totally wasn't gonna choose Kujo. Even if it's her episode, I don't care.
返事なんてする必要ありませんから。
Sorry, you almost lost me there.
はい、すみません。
Looking rather miffed, Kujo tugs at my arm and drives me away. Literally got dragged. That's crazy work. After we trudge along in silence for a bit, Kujo peeks behind her, breathes a sigh, and lets go of my arm.
もういいかな。新見くん、大丈夫だった？
If I was ever alright, Kujo, it was at that moment.
悪いな。ありがとう。
ごめんなさい、強引に。ニミ君の目の焦点が急におかしくなったから、もしかしてって思って。
You know what's funny? In real life, people wouldn't be able to justify it. It'd be because the guy or the girl, hey, goes both ways, were actually kind of like having funny ideas. But in this case, he could totally defend himself, even if it was true that he was having funny ideas, because he could be like, well, it's her power. I didn't do anything, it was her power. I wasn't the one thinking about her biddies, she was the one that was showing them to me and using her power on me. I don't know what you're talking about.
ほんと助かった。躊躇なく能力かけようとしてきた。あの人、かなり危険だぞ。
他人を自分の思い通りにする能力だよね。他人というより異性。
Riz is so strong.
逆ハーレム作ってたし、そうかもな。できれば仲間にって思ってたけど。
Does that mean Kakeru has an ability of himself which allows him to attract maidens because he has all these maidens and there's all these different roots? What?
九条がそこまで嫌そうな顔するの、なかなかないよな。
してる？
さっきもちょっと怖かった。
必死でニミ君が危ないって。
Danger.
ありがとう。助かった。
No, you don't. Don't lie. I don't appreciate it.
どういたしまして。
行くか。
Having overcome the surprising obstacle in our path, we regain our composure and head toward our destination. I wasn't expecting her to pop up again like that. So soon. Crazy. We walk past the park, but not quite the whole way to the shopping district. This area would be nice, quiet residential district if it weren't for the railroad line and the train crossing. I'm not talking to you, Siri, Jesus Christ. It gets quite noisy when the train comes passing through. The roads alongside the tracks are pretty wide too, and there's a pretty decent flow of foot traffic. However, according to Kujo, the people mostly clear out once night rolls around. The second victim was found on these very roads. Word is that they were found turned to stone, sitting leaned up against the fence near the tracks. There are flowers memorializing the victim at the scene of the crime, probably left by family or friends. But aside from that, nothing. Digging around for clues too much would be in bad taste. Why? We put our hands together in prayer and leave the crime scene. We visit the park afterwards, but here too, there's nothing to see. As if to make us doubt whether the incident even happened, all we can find is a bunch of kids shouting and playing. Pujo stares pensively at the bench, the same spot where the stone girl once sat. You know, thinking about kids and parks reminded me of the cheese touch from Diary of the Wimpy Kid. If you know, you know, ball. Anyway, it just made me think. At some point, because I definitely play that game, the cheese touch game, and you know, it's pretty much tag, essentially. I wonder who was the last person with the cheese touch. It's kind of a funny thought. After all these years. Maybe she has some sort of idea. She whispers, "I'm sorry," and sits down. Again, apologizing?
ニミ君、犯人はどんな人だと思う？
一人目の被害者と同じ年頃の女の子か、女の子の扱いに慣れたイケメン。
それはなぜ？
そのどちらかなら警戒されずに近づける。
遠くから能力を使った可能性は？
多分ない。
理由を聞かせてもらってもいい？
あの子、苦しそうな顔をしていた。ってことは、表情を変えられるくらいの時間がかかるわけだ。石化に。でも、姿勢が綺麗すぎた。スマホを見てたそのままの姿勢で固まってた。普通、体が1になったらもっとビビるだろう。
Smart fella.
姿勢も崩れる。
She nods in agreement. I'm also bothered by where she was looking. She wasn't looking at herself nor at her phone. Actually, her eyes were off in some other direction. Maybe the culprit was standing where she was looking, or perhaps they were holding her at knife point, ordering her not to move, and she averted her eyes out of fear. Either way, her expression and apparent actions were unnatural unless the culprit was close by to influence her. In my opinion, this hardly took any deep thinking, but once I finished explaining, Kujo makes a little noise of agreement and nods, looking impressed.
理にかなってる。すごい名探偵。
1番目の被害者の状況からの推測だけどな。2番目はあんなところに倒れていたわけだよな。
A baby?
中学生だっけ？
That sucks.
うん、そう、中学生。
Oh, wow. That is very low.
やっぱ女かな。いくらイケメンでも夜道に声かけられたら警戒するよな。
Jeez.
あるいは石化以外のアーティファクトの力。
Okay, what if, just what if the perp is Sophiaitis, and she wants us to help her so she can have more abilities. Does that sound crazy? Maybe a little bit.
ああ、そうか。俺が言ったくせに複数持ちの可能性忘れてた。金縛りとかが？
あるいは高坂先輩のような魅了の力があれば。
じゃあさっきの推測まるで役に立たないな。
でも表情を変えられる時間があるって事実は重要かも。私石化は一瞬って思い込んじゃってたけど。
九条の能力が一瞬だもんな。
ソラちゃんもそうけど、アーティファクトごとにその能力も条件も違うはず。思い込みで話しちゃうのは危ないね。
せめてどういう力かもっと詳しく分かればな。
ソフィーさんからは何も？
セフィロトが管理しきれていないからこっちの世界に流出した。だから情報を求められても困るだとさ。
詳細は期待できないか。
そうなるな。
After a brief sigh, Kujo looks up at the sky.
どうしてあの子が狙われたんだろう。
さすがに身内の犯行ではないよな。
犯罪者の気持ちはわからないけれど、もし私が人を害するならできる限りランダムに選ぶかな。
俺もそうだな。関わりのないやつを選ぶ。あと自分より弱そうなやつ。
They say this, but I feel like serial killers, I mean, based off of what I've read and heard, they often go for certain people for very specific reasons. They did not just like, oh yeah, flip a coin, I'm gonna go kill this person now.
弱そうな。じゃあ男性だよね、犯人は。女の人だったらもっと小さな子を狙いそう。
Someone call Detective Conan.
アーティファクトの能力によっては全部覆るのが厄介だな。
でも新見くんにソラちゃん、それに私、結城さんに高坂先輩、それにあの火事を起こした生徒、
Who you slimed?
確認できている6人のユーザーのうち5人がうちの生徒。
偶然って言える確率じゃないな。
結城さんの学校にも私たちが知らないだけでたくさんいるのかもしれない。
魔眼のユーザーも学生である可能性が高いか。
もっとも大人の人たちは私たちよりもっと賢くてうまく隠しているだけかもしれないよね。
つまりだ、九条。
うん、
なんもわかんねえと。
そうだね。
The two of us forced a smile and sigh.
現場を抑えるしかないな。
あとは私の力だね。
ああ、おとりになるとか力ずくとかそういう手段に出ず安全に犯人を特定できる。
記憶さえ盗めれば。
そう、それがあなたの力なのね。
Oh god, you. We hear a monotone voice coming from behind the bench. Someone steps out from the shade of the trees. Perfect queen, yeah. Oh, interesting fit. Oh, it's the thorny girl who doesn't talk much.
勇気の
Oh, interesting outfit. Never seen one like this before. She looks important. My murmur puts her on edge. She probably didn't expect us to learn her real name. Then again, that's exactly why I said it.
私のこと調べたのね。
九条のこと一方的に知っていて自分は名乗らない。フェアじゃないだろ。俺は新見かけるだ。
結城ノアよ。もう知っているようだけど。
She introduces herself with a sigh. She takes a step closer with a hint of resignation.
なぜ結城さんがここに？
あなたたちの姿を見かけたから後をつけていた。
Police?
俺たちが悪さをしないようにか？
ええ、そうね。
正義の味方気取りか？
結城さん、もう一度聞かせてください。
何？
私たちと協力しませんか？
No reply. Kujo goes on unconcerned.
私の能力は他人から様々なものの所有権を奪う、いえ、借りる能力です。その力の応用で記憶を借りることができるはずです。
はず？
まだ試していないので、でもできるはずなんです。
奪う能力。
はい、私の力を使えば犯人を特定できます。
そう。
She replies curtly. However, it doesn't seem as though she's uninterested in what Kujo is saying. As though she's trying to present herself a certain way, she gazes off to the side, squinting at the sunlight. Yuki murmurs to herself.
所有権を奪う。シーフの能力。そう。あなたが持つ生異物はメルクリウスの指なのね。生物？
メリクリ？
なんて？
優秀な生異物ね。けれど私のジオーダーには劣る。
ジ
Kujo looks at me like she's asking for a backup. After a moment, I just shake my head. Now I get it. The cleverly timed entrance, the ridiculous outfit. She's a witch! She's a total chunibyo. Chunibyo. A second grade high school syndrome is a Japanese term used to describe a certain type of teen's behavior, often characterized by an exaggerated sense of self-exaggeration, dramatic behavior, an intense desire to stand out from the crowd. Oh, she's one of those I'm not like the others.
とにかく私なら犯人を探せるんです。見つかったらすぐに知らせます。その G オーダーの力は犯人よりも上なんですよね。
そうね。無敵。
なら力を合わせましょう。私のメリークリスマスの指と。
Ring of Merry Christmas? Where the heck did you hear that?
メルクリウス。
ごめんなさい。違う。メルクリウスの指と。
Kujo tries desperately to get on the same wavelength as Yuki, but can't quite match the crazy, leaving her frazzled and red in the face. I should really be staying cautious here, but I'm fighting back a smile. I'm not.
魅力的な提案ではある。
待った。
I interject. It's one thing to talk about cooperating, but actually going through with it carries certain risks.
俺たちが悪さをしないように監視しているんだよな。
そうね。
ならお前が悪さをしない保証はどこにある？
Well, that's not very fair.
だったらせめてそっちの能力も明かせ。それで俺たちはやっと対等になる。
当になりたいならあなたの能力を明かすのが先ではないの？
あ
Well, that certainly hit me where it hurts. Yes, I'll just have to come
あ、
clean.
わからない。
は？
だからわからない。
能力者ではないということ？
いや
新見くんはユーザーではありますが、能力が不明なんです。
不明？
Someone want to tell her how this idiot thought he had laser eyes or something?
まあそういうことだ。
That's the last thing I'd think of. Laser eye. I can imagine him going like. Yuki's expression becomes grim. She's not buying this. She looks not happy.
もともと徒党を組むつもりはないけれど、なおさらあなたたちとは組めない。
Oh?
なぜですか？
むしろ私が問いたい。なぜその男と組んでいるの？
この世で一番信用できる人だからです。
Alright, Miyako, you didn't need to say that.
即答ね。浅はかな。
But dang! And the road display, Kujo looks offended. Presumably because she really does trust me. Part of me feels happy about that, and the rest of me feels guilty. Mostly because I think Yuki's making a good point.
能力を隠す男を信用するなんて。
隠しているんじゃありません。わからないんです。
ありえない。生物は主と認めたものに身を委ねる。
でもあなたよりもずっと事情に詳しい。
九条。ソフィーのことはうかつに話さない方がいい。
また内緒話？やはり。
Frick out of here! We don't need you. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Get her. Oh my god. She's irritating me. Like, one of you guys told me in the last episode that in her episode, it gets interesting. I want to believe that she starts warming up a little, or maybe she starts growing on me. But I don't know, man. The way she's acting in this episode, it's kind of giving me a sour taste. So by the time I get to her episode, I may just be like, you know what? Fuck no. Why she like that, yo?
タチって言うなよ。信用できないのは俺だけだ。九条は信用できる。
どうだか石化の能力者と一緒に行動している。
Whoa, what?
待ってください。新見くんを疑っているんですか？
だから能力を隠したいのでしょ。
I mean, look, listen. It's possible. We can't rule it out because he doesn't know, she doesn't know. Nobody knows, apparently. And he doesn't know how to activate it. He could have done it by accident twice.
違います。
なぜ否定できるの？
新見くんだからです。
That's really weak argument there.
答えになっていない。
I agree with her, honestly. You know what? She has a point.
なっています。新見くんは人殺しなんてする人じゃありません。
バカバカしい。
何が？
九条、落ち着け。
落ち着けません。新見くんのことを侮辱されているのに黙っているなんて。
あなたの目曇っている。
いいえ、それはあなたの目です。
I sigh. I didn't realize Kujo was so quick to anger. Something tells me it won't be easy to distract her like she was a minute ago.
なぜそこまで新見くんを？
理由はあなたも分かっているはず。分からないなんてありえない。
それは新見くんがイレギュラーなだけで。
九条、
何ですか？
俺を睨むなよ。
ごめんなさい。
I give her a smile and she seems to cool down a few degrees. Her anger is starting to subside. But it's going to take more than that to sort things out here.
ユキ、お前の疑いはもっともだ。って言っても、本当にわからないと証明することも難しい。だから、九条。
はい。
俺の記憶を奪え。それで、俺の無実は証明できるだろ？
けど。
俺を信用してくれているならやってくれ。疑われるのは気分が悪い。
九条さんがあなたをかばい事実を隠したら。
そうはならない。九条は隠し事ができるタイプじゃない。
But you are the type that holds secrets, right, Kakeru?
不確かなことしか言わないわね。
俺のことは疑っていい。だが九条のことだけは信用しろ。九条が俺を信用してくれているように、俺だって一番九条を信用しているんだ。だから一緒に行動してるんだ。疑う余地はないだろ。九条、頼む。
分かった。
Kujo lifts her left hand towards me. She's trembling slightly. Oh?
大丈夫さ。うまくいく。
新見くんの無実は私が証明する。
The stigma appears on Kujo's hand and glows faintly.
行くね。
あ、
She looks tense. So I smile and nod at her, and she nods back in reply. That's when it happens. Broke out factory resetted or something. The stigma on the back of Kujo's hand disappears.
終わったのか？
ええ。
Don't tell me he's actually the...
うまくできなかった。
いえ、できた。
She's not saying no. Despite that, Kujo is oddly on edge. She's clearly shaken up.
答えを聞くまでもなさそうね。
No way.
まさか。
いえ、まさかなんてない。新見くんは無実だった。
She's lying. We know Miyako. That's a lie.
そうは見えないけれど。
Her tone says it too.
嘘なんてついていません。
そうね。確かに嘘がつけないタイプのようね。
九条。
違うの。そうじゃなくて。
So? Man, the suspense.
ごめんなさい。今日は帰ります。
You're gonna leave us with... Okay, fine. Fair. It must be a huge deal.
あ、そこまで送って。
大丈夫だから。ごめんなさい。
She's in a huge rush to get away from me. Unable to hide her desire to run away, Kujo gets on her bike. She pedals off into the distance, leaving me behind. Wait, my water bottle!
むしろ疑いを強める結果になってしまったわね。
なんとでも言えよ。
尻尾を出した時、私のジオーダーがあなたを裁く。その時が楽しみね。
Shut up! Throwing a cold stare my way, Yuki also leaves. Kujo was so shaken. Could it be true? Am I the culprit? Ooh, okay, game. I see y'all. And I'm gonna end the video here. Imagine. No, I'm kidding. There's still like 20 minutes left. I can't do that to you. Or to myself. I want to see what happens too. No, but this is actually crazy. Have me suspecting of protagonist. That would actually be quite the plot twist, wouldn't it? I'd be all here for it though. I sit in class listening with half an ear. Later that day, after we split up in the park, I tried sending a message to Kujo. I'm fine and I'm sorry. That was all she sent back. She wouldn't elaborate on why she was so shaking up. Am I seriously the culprit? That couldn't possibly be true. Although, there are strange cases like Kosaka senpai. What if I've got a second personality and I've been doing this without even knowing it? Maybe unconsciously? What if I've been completely ignorant about it this entire time while I went out and killed people? It's all too believable. It would explain why Kujo's acting the way she is. We said hi today, but we haven't had anything like an actual conversation since then. I let out a little sigh and look up, peeking over at Kujo. Her expression is grim, even more so than that time she was fretting over her hair clips. Paranormal activity. It looks like she's not focusing on class either. Also looks like she's trying to figure out a way to tell me the truth. Ah, man. And we were just hitting it off so well too. Actually, you know, it's thoughts like that where I get all mopey at totally inappropriate times that make me kind of question myself. That was Kujo's stigma flashing for a split second on her left hand. Am I seeing things? No. There it is again, a momentary blue light. Pull out my phone and type a message under my desk so that Miss Naruse doesn't notice. Did you just use your power? Kujo pulls out her phone and checks the screen. She then quickly puts it away without replying. I know that Kujo's a diligent person, so she'd be reluctant to have a text chat in the middle of class, but it just isn't like her to go using her powers on a whim. I wonder if... No. I'm positive this has something to do with what happened yesterday. Kujo conceals her left hand in an unnatural manner. Seems that she's been using her power, over and over during class. Dang, does that not eat up your energy?
Kujo!
When Kujo leaves the room after class, I run after her and call out to her.
どうしたの？
どうしたのってメッセージ読んだろ。
あ、うん。
Okay.
大丈夫か？
何が？
What do you mean, what do you ask?
様子がおかしいぞ。教室で何度も能力使うなんて。
必要なことだから。
必要？どうして？
形のないものを対象にするから狙ったものを奪えないの。だから練習してる。
形のないものってみんなの記憶を奪ってるのか。
Kujo doesn't answer my question. It sounds like she's doing this to make sure that her ability is working correctly because she's in disbelief at what she saw at the park. But her silence is all the answer I need.
なんでそんなことを？
新見くんならわかると思う。
You know what? I don't like when Miyako is cold. It hurts.
手当たり次第調べるつもりか。
ええ、そのつもり。
Kujo readily admits. Despite being so hesitant back when she used it on me, despite the trembling in her hands when she stole mine, that was just yesterday. How has she changed this much in the span of a single day?
大丈夫。心配しないで。犯人は必ず見つける。
Oh no, what do you mean?
俺にできることは？
私がやらなくちゃいけないから。
Why? 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 Why are you doing this to me?
それが私の責務なんだと思う。
Girl.
責務。
Oh, why did I just... Oh my god! Why'd I barely realize this? She must have seen that memory. No, let me try again. She must have saw that memory of her... Wait, no, not her. Him talking to Sophiitis about the guy she slimed. That's why she's acting that way. Because she wouldn't lie. She wouldn't lie and say, no, you're not the culprit. She saw that memory. Oh my god.
今までありがとう。もう迷惑はかけません。
Nah, she wants to protect them. She's worried about killing him is what I'm thinking. I'm calling it right now. Wow.
おい！
I still don't like Cold Kujo though. I don't like this. This ain't you. Babe, come back. I reach out my hand, but it falls short. I know it hurts her to do this. Kujo walks down the hallway and disappears into the bathroom, where she's having a mental breakdown.
どうした？大丈夫？
One of you guys were also defending this dude in the comments last episode. It made me cackle. Someone was like, "Stop hating on Yoichi. He's peak." I was like, alright, you win. Yoichi stays for now.
九条さんと喧嘩でもした？
いや、そういうわけじゃ。
そう。朝から二人とも変だけど。
You know, this game set that up perfectly. The whole thing with Kujo, the way she found out, because I was like, oh, it's probably gonna happen like way later on. But they set it up perfectly because they have you thinking that for a sec that it might be the protagonist, but then they're like, nope, it's that other thing. You know, that literally happened. You know, that was talked about in the last episode or two. That was great. Well done, writers. Well done. I was like, what could it be? I was like, oh. I feel like a lot of others got that a lot quicker than I did. I feel a little silly for not catching it sooner because I was saying she's going to be so hurt if and when she finds out. And there, boom, that's what it is. It has to be that. It has to be that.
やっぱ喧嘩
Bro, I said no.
喧嘩できるほど打ち解けてなかったのかもな。
あれそう友達以上恋人未満な感じだったのに
戻ろうぜ教室。
うん
I like how even protagonist has realized too. He was like, it has to be that. We turn around and head back to the classroom. I told you, fool. The intentions were good, but still. You can't hide that. She won't trouble me anymore. That single comment brings me back to the same feeling of unfamiliarity I had back when I'd only just started talking to Fujo, when I was just another regular customer at Nineball. That's the sense I got, at least. The frustration is overwhelming. I can't help but feel like Kujo and I have begun to drift apart. That breaks my heart. Kujo's too cute and nice, and seeing her hurt and cold is very painful. Bro gotta lock in, for real. For the past few days, Kujo and I have hardly spoken. The only communication we've had has been me constantly sending her messages like some kind of stalker and her replying curtly. She doesn't come over to cook me dinner, nor does she ask me for advice. For what it's worth, I did go back to my folks' place for Golden Week. Ah yes, Golden Week, full of people. And Kujo was busy with something or other. But even considering that, Kujo's clearly avoiding me. It's as though she no longer deems me necessary. Maybe it'd be an exaggeration to say I'm heartbroken, but I'm certainly pretty down. I would be too. I felt awful for the whole break. On break too, oof. Even when we got back, Kujo remained the same. She hasn't been using her powers in class, but now I'm not the only one she's avoiding talking to. Even her usual group of friends are getting the cold shoulder. Oh, interesting. Being pathetic, I actually feel relieved by that. No, that's a very human thing to feel. I think a lot of people would kind of feel that way too. I appreciate the honesty, bro. Yes, that's...
はい。
At the end of class... Oh my god, she's so bad. At the end of class, as I'm getting ready to head home, Miss Naruse calls me over. Wonder what she wants with me. I stuff my pencil case in my bag and head to the podium. Don't tell me she noticed the distance between these two.
何ですか?
Yes, ma'am.
最近仲良かったのに
She noticed.
はい。
Hi?
九条さんと別れちゃった
Break up? Is this seriously what she wanted to talk about?
付き合ってもいませんよ。
ありゃそうなの
みんな？
九条さんを慕う会の皆様
九条の友達っすか。
別れたんじゃないならただの喧嘩
喧嘩ってわけでも。
意地になってないで謝ったら
だから喧嘩はしてませんよ。俺にも理由がわからないんです。
変わる変わる相談に来ててさ村瀬さんとか宮野さんとか
Dang.
誰っすか？
Who are they?
クラスメートの名前くらい覚えなさい
すんません。
So it's just her usual friends.
全部相談に乗るのも大変だから早く仲直りしてくれるとありがたいんだけど
って言われても。
I randomly look over my shoulder. Kujo is already gone.
それともお家で何かあったのかなコロナの経営が実は危ないとか
それはないと思いますけど。
じゃあ何か聞いてないあ、聞いてるんでしょ
Holding out on me? What do you mean? You see, ma'am, she's been acting strange ever since she read my memories. Yeah, can't exactly go saying that, can I?
いえ、特に
嘘ついてない？
ついてません。
そっか、心配なんだよね。夜にうちの境内でね、ぼーっとしてたこともあるし。
神社でですか？何してたんです？
ああ、私は聞いただけだけどね、お父さんから。九条さんがいたみたいって。何してたんだろうね。とにかくみんな心配してるから早く何とかしてあげてください。
Anything for you.
俺がですか？
休日に2人で出かけてるところとか目撃されてるから付き合ってないって言い訳は無理があるよね。
だから本当に付き合ってませんよ。
でもいい感じなんでしょ。頑張れ男の子。
Miss Naruse gives me a pat on the shoulder and leaves the classroom. Seeing how Kujo's actively avoiding me, I can't do much of anything. I breathe a sigh and return to my desk.
九条さんのこと？
ああ、まあな。
早く仲直りしなよ。かけるが九条さんを財布にしたあげく捨てたっ
God
て
dang,
噂
these
流れてる。
rumors are ruthless.
はあ？なんだよそれ。
面白がって女子が話してる。半分冗談で半分本気って感じかな。
Ah yes, half jokes turned into facts. It's like the broken telephone game.
言いたいやつには言わせておけばいいさ。
Okay. I sling my bag over my shoulder and walk away.
お、待ってよかける。一緒に帰ろう。
There's nothing I can do. Oh yes there is. Still, I can't just let things stay like this. I wonder if the reason Sophie hasn't been showing up is because she's with Kujo. Man, I give. Kujo rejected me was such a shock that I haven't been able to make any rational decisions since. Man, I'm such a wimp.
あ、おかえり。
Sora-chan, where you been? It's been an episode. What an episode this was. I'm gonna say it again, I wasn't expecting for that to come out so soon, but I mean, I don't know why I'm so surprised too when I literally learned the last episode that she can read memories or steal memories too. So that should have been like the clue, like, yo, that's gonna come up right away. Real soon, probably. Yeah, it took me a bit, but I got it, alright? I got it. It took me, but I got it. Eventually, I got it. And I did. And I'm proud. And it was fun. It was quite the episode. It really was. And I'm gonna say it again. Kujo being cold is very painful. I do not like that. What the freak? I think there's a mosquito in my room. I'm burning the house down. Anyway, thank you for joining me in another episode of 9. It was a fun time. I had another great time, as per usual. You know, recently I found myself thinking about this game and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get home from my modern day slavery job and, you know, just play some of this game. It's been freaking fun. Shout out to everyone who recommended this and is watching. Thank you. Anyway, I'm gonna let you all go. I'll remind you though once more, please consider subscribing and hitting that like if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you guys in the next video as always. Y'all stay safe and until next time.